Celtic Bridge.
With the Irish news, arts, music and entertainment covered.
Fáilte go Celtic Bridge, sonas asavilium Margin. Thanks for joining me this morning, this very early Sunday morning. We are on the road to Derry Gongley and the Eddie Duffy and Mick Hoy Memorial Traditional Music Festival, which took place in the beautiful Fermanagh village last September. This morning I'll be darting in and out of sessions and bringing you wee chats, and we begin in the company of banjo player Paul McGreevy from Downpatrick and Mary Malloy on box from Wexford based in the Isle of Man. Then a special chat on the street with a good friend to Celtic Bridge, fiddle player Charlie Woods, and making our way into that first bustling session, Eddie Duffy's New Ships A-Sailing from the hidden Fermanagh. So Carja East. happy music here at the festival in Derrygonley. It was gorgeous. Got a meal in my up to the both of you. That was lovely. So Paul McGreevy from Downpatrick in County Down on banjo, and Mary Malloy, you're from Wexford, based in the Isle of Man. Paul, would you maybe tell us just what the name of the set was?
Yeah. Well, I don't know the name for the first. The second tune's called The Frost Is All Over, and the third tune's called Six Penny Money, or Podging Rafferty's, sometimes it's called, yeah.
Mary, obviously this wee festival, you make the trip to it every year, and have you been doing so for a long time?
Probably about 15, 16 years.
Isn't that wonderful? So it's obviously very special for you, it's a wee gem.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great little festival.
Just want to say hello to Marcin Dempsey from the Ormer Road in Belfast, now living in Fermanagh. Marcin, it's a delight to meet a fellow Ormer Roader, I can tell you. And normally you're on guitar.
Normally guitar, but primarily known as a baron player.
You're a baron player, okay. And obviously you've been coming to the festival for a long time.
Coming down here for a good number of years now, along with
And of
Mary.
course you love Fermanagh because you're here now.
I've lived here now for my sins, yeah.
Well, Paul, tell us what you're going to play for us.
We're going to play two reels by Charlie Lennon, County Leitrim, fiddle player and composer. I get the tunes of the playing at the Dannon. The first one's called The Wind in the Chimney, and the second one's called The Spittle Reel. Reel and Spittle.
Gura mille my ugov to the both of you, to you, Mary, as well. Your musicianship is beautiful. we are with the beautiful traditional music in the background, standing here in the main street in Derrygonnelly in County Fermanagh. And we're here at the Eddie Duffy and Mick Hoy Traditional Music Festival, and I couldn't believe it, but a gentleman that I have been so looking forward to meeting for so long came up and said hello. And it's one of the loveliest hellos I've had in my life, and that's to meet Charlie Woods. Finally to meet you, Charlie. I'm delighted.
Thanks very much, Josephine. It's just a pleasure to meet you too. And it's just great to be here. And the music's going well, the crack's good, and the weather's good, and it's just a great weekend all around, you know.
And Charlie, you obviously would have known McCoy and Eddie Duffy in your time.
Oh, I did. I knew both men well.
Yes.
Yeah. Played with them often, and it's great that this festival is in memory of the two of them, and it's just great to be a small part of it the year, and it's just a pleasure to be out and able to come and enjoy the crack.
And I've just been in the company there of Jim Hoy, who's a nephew of Mick.
That's right.
Yes. And the other two gentlemen now, Seamus and Paul from County Down. Folk travel quite a distance to be here year after year, so it really is a wee gem, isn't it, Charlie?
It really is a gem. I was talking to a lassie, Mary Malloy. She's from the Isle of Man yesterday evening. And it was, the music was great, and the crack was great, and it was just a really good time. We all had a great time.
And that's what those two gentlemen would love to think, that everybody's having the best of time, and the music is so and far dram, the pure drop, and that's what it's all about.
That's exactly what it's all about.
Continuing that tradition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's so many youngsters now playing that's going to keep it going.
Yeah.
And it's just the youngsters out there, mighty players,
Yeah.
like mighty players. Now, it really is unbelievable, some of the young players that's out there.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's ever going to die.
No.
Not in my lifetime anyway.
No, not
No,
at all.
I don't think so.
So I'm sure the music will go on into the wee hours this evening. There's another session I'm going to catch across the road, and the youngsters are playing on the stage here in the main street. And
They
thanks
are.
be to God,
Right.
the weather is beautiful,
Yeah.
Charlie. You couldn't ask for more today.
I have a wee grandson playing on the stage today.
And that wee grandson, I remember many a time Jim McGrath, our great friend,
Yeah.
telling me about yourself and your grandson. Listen to
Aye.
Celtic Bridge week on
Wee
week.
Jack McLaughlin. He's a lovely wee man, and he's coming on great on the accordion. That's him there.
That's him there, and I see
Yeah.
him smiling there.
That's him. Yeah.
And it's just, it's just an absolute, it's the icing on the cake for me today to finally meet up with you, because many's an occasion, as I did this morning on Celtic Bridge, I mentioned yourself and Jim McGrath
Yeah.
being great friends to Celtic Bridge, and I was playing a track from the Hidden Fermanagh, and it's lovely to meet you finally in person. I can't believe that we've actually met.
I've listened to you so often.
You are County Tyrone now,
I am
Charlie,
County
aren't
Tyrone
you? But we'll
now,
not,
yeah.
we'll not say that too
No,
loud.
don't say it too loud.
No, no, you're from
never-
Trillican.
I am.
You're from Trillican.
Just don't tell anybody.
No, we'll not tell anybody that at
No,
all. But
no.
you've been living in County Fermanagh for a long time, haven't you, Charlie?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Yeah.
You have indeed.
And I love it.
And one of the pieces that I played this morning was a piece that you actually got from your father, who also played the fiddle.
Yeah. He taught me to play the
He
fiddle.
did. And so that music has been handed down through the generations. It really
It
has.
really has. Yes, it has been handed down, and it seems to be going on ahead.
Yes, yes.
Because there's wee Jack playing now, and my wee grandson, and it's great, to keep it going.
It is. It is indeed. We are
God willing, going to get together with yourself and Jim, and we'll try and do a wee recording to have a wee special on Celtic Bridge with yourself, Charlie Woods, because the listeners well know that we're old friends, albeit through Jim McGrath, our good friends.
Yeah.
But it's lovely to finally meet you. And Gur, Mila Mayoga to you for taking the time.
And you too, Josephine, and enjoy the rest of your evening in Derrygonnelly. And it has been a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, Charlie Woods. Thank you very much.
Ishtigi go foil basis big ugan agus buimwich ash gan will.
Celtic Bridge.
With the Irish News.
Celtic Bridge.
With the Irish News.
Welcome back to Celtic Bridge. We're in Derrygonnelly at the Eddie Duffy and Mick Hoy Memorial Traditional Music Festival. We had a wee chat with Charlie Woods, so now let's have a wee listen to the man himself in session with his grandson and friends. Then Mick Hoy's nephew Jim and his friends in session, and then a special track from Jim McGrath's melodious accord, the beautiful foxtrot, the fiddler Mick Hoy. Yes, it's all here on Celtic Bridge.
That's Oisin Harvesty on the fiddle.
On the fiddle.
My grandson Jack McLaughlin.
Your
on the
grandson Jack McLaughlin.
Oran Harvesty, brother. Them two
brothers on the banjo. And this lady.
That's my daughter Julie.
That's your daughter Julie.
Yeah.
Your daughter Julie, Charlie.
And my grandson.
And could you tell us what the names of the tune was now? Lover, Collector, I'm Sarah's Bottom. Garamila Mayoga to you. Would you maybe play another wee piece for us? So I've finally nailed him, Julie. I've finally nailed him. He's on fiddle and I have him on camera as well. something. And yourself, finally. Thank you. Thank you very much. My Ogilvy teas, and I'm in the company of Jim Hoy, Seamus McKibben and Paul Curran, and Jim from Monet here in County Fermanagh, Seamus from Castlewellan and Paul from Newcastle. So it's very appropriate, gentlemen, that we're sort of sitting here this afternoon in Derrygonnelly and Fermanagh are playing down in the ladies' football final in Croke Park. So no fighting, Jim, no fighting. Well, Gurmila my Ogilvy is, and Jim, would you maybe tell us what the name of the set was, of the tunes in the set?
The first tune we played there was the Green Rose Bird, and the second tune was the Flood of Rain.
And Jim, your uncle was Mick Hoy.
Mick Hoy.
Tell us a wee bit, just quickly, Jim, about Mick.
Mick was a special kind of a man. He was a great musician. He was a great fisherman. He was a good dancer. He was a good singer. And he was great at recitations. That was the man. He was a man you'd love to meet, you'd love to go to the house for.
And it hasn't been a great weekend as usual because it's been running for years.
It's always a good weekend.
Yes.
It's always a good weekend. All these musicians from Down and Belfast and everywhere come every year. For the last 25, 30 years that we've come here. It's been great every weekend.
And the young children are going to be performing on the stage in the street this afternoon in Derrygonley for this very special festival. It is the Eddie Duffy and Mick Hoy Memorial Traditional Music Festival, and it's been running for years. So well supported by musicians like these two gentlemen from County Down who travelled the whole way to be here, and yourself on flute and on banjo. Obviously, this means a lot to you to come to this festival, to travel that distance.
Well, I've been coming to Derrygonley to the festival here for about 20 years. Try not to miss it at all. It's really worth coming to. It's great weekend's music.
Paul, yourself now, have you been attending the festival for a long time?
Sadly, no. My first visit to the festival was 2009. This is my first festival anywhere since, but it's the one I wouldn't want to miss.
You made sure to be here, not to miss it.
It's a very special weekend.
Very, very special. And it must be so special for you, Jim.
I think I was here the very first week, and that's a long time ago. 29 years I played with Uncle Mick and Eddie Duffy was alive and we all played together. Great festival ever since.
I would play tracks on Celtic Bridge from the Hidden Fermanagh, of course. Last week I was playing Eddie Duffy's Lanigan's Ball on the programme.
I played it so many times along with him.
And I think back also to Jim McGrath, who had a piece in honour of your uncle.
Yeah.
So it's lovely to actually finally meet a member of the family. Would you folk please do us the honour of playing another set for us to take us out of this wee session?
We'll play that one a week. Return of Spring.
Lovely. Oh, beautiful. Guramila my ugga. That's lovely.
Ishtigi go foil be sus big ugan agus buimwich ash gan will.
Celtic Bridge.
With the Irish News.
Celtic Bridge.
With the Irish News.
You're in Derry Gonley. Up next, Bin Bar McGee in session. And a lot more here on Celtic Bridge.
One English up to Armo Park, one cold grey autumn morning, a diamond bright came into sight, just like a jewel shone. With sapphire eyes that would hypnotize, she cast on me a spell, and ruby lips I longed to kiss, had not the nerve to tell. When you greeted me so graciously, you set my heart aglow, and like a child I was beguiled. I just had to know your name and from where you came, and with me would you go to the end of time? Would you be mine to let this blossom grow? You are my Belfast love, and there's no one above you. You're my Belfast belle, you see. There's no one but you for me, and I will love you endlessly. You, my Belfast love. You are my Belfast for me. I will love you endlessly. You, my Belfast love. You, my Belfast love.
That was beautiful bridge, Gara, me and my other to the both of you. Finbar, tell us a wee bit about that.
Well, a little bit. 8 years, maybe 9 years.
Okay.
I used to live in Belfast.
Yes.
I used to play John Park, so
Lovely. That was an absolute delight. Wasn't it beautiful to have a bridge accompanying you on the fiddle? That was a delight. Thank you so much for that bridge, Quinn. Thank you.
better with the Keely Band outside there, something else.
Finn barbecue, you got me and my other to you for that. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Ward's Downfall, and the last one was Anderson's.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Is this a usual regular trip for you to the festival here in Derry?
Been coming now for a few years. Didn't make it last year, but yeah, it's a lovely festival. It's nice. It's just the right size and lovely music.
Absolutely. And Brendan, is this really a regular for you now to come down from Belfast to the festival?
I've been coming down here 15 years, and every year we come down here, it's just a joy. You know, it's a marvellous coming together of boys and girls who playing tunes, singing songs, enjoying themselves, and it's a pleasure of the first one.
Oh, that's lovely to hear. It's finally lovely to meet you in person and to listen to you on the flute. And I'm going to ask you to play another wee set for me, if that's all right. And Sean, you're home on holidays from Melbourne.
Yeah, one of my regular visits. I was saying, the talking about this being or next year being the 30th. I think it's actually a couple of years before this festival was a couple of miles out the road.
Yeah.
I was actually at the very first one in '83, and I've been to, well, times I've missed maybe 3 years coming home, but I've been to quite a few over the years. Like it's one of my favourite spots for a festival.
Well, it's lovely to welcome you back home with you. It's lovely to be in your company. And Angela, is this your first time here?
Well, I'm afraid to say I've been coming here longer than Brendan.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? It's lovely to watch your two selves on the fiddles. Thank you. about Geordie and where you come from and where you're based in?
Geordie was born in Belfast and emigrated to Bangor, County Down. And I've been coming to festivals, music. I love fiddle playing.
Yes.
I love fiddlers.
Yeah.
And I love fiddles. I own a wee music shop in Bangor and I make violins and repair them and restore them.
Right.
And I reherb bowls and stuff like that.
Geordie McAdam.
Geordie McAdam.
Right.
That's
So
it.
you come to all these festivals, Geordie, and you've been coming to this one for a long time?
From it started?
From it started. So you meet up with all your friends here every year?
Yes. I'm very good and I'm treated like a king here.
You're what?
I'm treated like a king.
You're treated like a king.
I'm a grumpy old bugger, but I still treat me like a... You see, I fish a lot in Fermanagh. To me, Fermanagh is God's country. I get my fishing and my fiddling in Fermanagh, and I don't need anywhere else.
You don't.
And I met an old man, Eddie Duffy, years ago, and Catherine McCall and Balnalack, and they told me about this.
Yes.
And I more or less started it.
So it's home from home.
It is. I'm very good to my wife. I'm never in.
You're never in. Well, just maybe play one more piece for me before you take our leave.
Yes, and we'll catch up with Sean McLernan from Toom and based in Melbourne on another Celtic Bridge. My thanks to all our guest artists on our outside broadcast from Derry Gonley this morning. Finbar McGee, Brendan Carson, Angela Carroll, Breach Quinn, Geordie McAdam, Sean McLernan, Paul Curran, Seamus McKibben, Jim Hoy, Mary Malloy, Paul McGreevy, all the youngsters, and delighted to finally meet up with fiddle player Charlie Woods, and also just to mention that beautiful track again from Melodious Accord agus Jim McGrath. Also just a few wee snippets there during our interviews from the Hidden Fermanagh Volume 1. My thanks to the festival committee, thinking on Eddie Duffy agus Mick Hoy, and Fardram, the Pure Drop, past masters, of the County Fermanagh. Maybe you'll join me next week for a broadcast of traditional music and song, all the way to get you in the mood for St. Patrick's Day celebrations. And do remember, we're midst Shachtan na Gaeilge, so maybe use a few words and phrases as Gaeilge. So, from me, Josephine Mulvenna, agus Celtic Bridge, until next time, God willing, sonas as a bhéal yum margin agus slango foil.
Celtic Bridge.
With the Irish news, arts, music.